And now, for the best thing that's going to happen to you this week, the greatest football fantasy coach alive, the all-knowing, the all-seeing, the very, very, very handsome MFC.
Ah, yes. I'm taking it back to the glory days, the pay days, the better days. The Broncos are just not the team they were because we don't have a leader like the mighty Pay. Defense can't do all the work, but you know who can do all the work? Zeke's new girlfriend. That's right, changed my name from the MFC. I'm still the MFC in here. Rape my cold black little heart. Why? Why doesn't it matter? Because not only did I upset the prediction laid down by HSotW, your favorite fantasy football player, but I did it by beating one of the top teams in the league and high score of the week for the third time. Legit third time. I didn't tie nobody. I straight up beat the team and outscored everybody else in the league. That's what a real MFC does. What? So, as you can probably tell, I definitely won this week. I beat Mr. Stumpy Joe. I chopped down that redwood tree. I cut a big hole in it so that I could drive my bus through it. And that's where we're at. Mr. Stumpy Joe falls to Zeke's new girlfriend, the M to the motherfucking C. 126-98. Yeah, I just got that Adam Thielen magic happening. Got a little sprinkle of Tom Brady against the Broncos in there. Greg Zerline, Greg the Leg, one of my all-stars on my team. I wouldn't play a single game without him. Greg the Leg. Don't feel too bad, Stumpy. You knew it was coming, and you're still sitting on top of the league in a good position. So, fear not. You may still make the playoffs yet. And this is something we have to all think about now, because we're coming up on week 11. I'm about to do week 11 predictions. Yeah, that's right. I got high score of the week. I'm doing predictions. Me. Third time. But you have to be ready for the playoffs. And it's all very neck and neck right now. A bunch of teams with 6 wins, some teams with 5 wins, a team with 7 wins. Anybody could get into the playoffs at this point. There's going to be a bubble, and if you don't win out the rest of your season, that's the only way to guarantee your spot in the playoffs, is to basically win out. If you lose one game, you're in jeopardy, because what if this guy moves up and now you guys are tied? So, I'm going to buzz through these real quick because I got to get to predictions. I gotta make last week's show. I gotta do this week's show. I gotta make predictions. There's just so much that Zeke's new girlfriend has to do. Don't hate, congratulate versus the Wizard Sleevers. 107-97. The Wizard Sleevers is coming on up. He's attempting to make a run for the playoffs. He thinks he's got it on lockdown. But will 5-5 cut it? You are one of the teams that needs to win out for the rest of the season, as well as don't hate, congratulate. That was a huge loss for them. Shit, crazy. You're 4-6. And now the Wizard Sleevers are 5-5. Trying to make a run for the playoffs. He's probably going to be typing, God, I just want to fuck all your butts so bad. Just prepare for some vitriol from the Wizard Sleevers since he's now winning, trying to make a run for them playoffs. Balls and cocks. Don't hate, congratulate, missing that cunt magic. You need cunt in your lineup, or else this happens. Losing. You got HSotW next. Sounds like there might be an interesting bowl brewing. The Squirrel Bowl, which had nothing to do with nuts or squirrels. If you want to still call it the Squirrel Bowl, sweet. I like the idea of stealing draft picks. Make it a little interesting. Speaking of HSotW versus... And you know HSotW wanted this win because Dude sits atop the ladder as one of the toughest teams to beat. But some of us have beat Dude. You know, he does have 3 losses right now. HSotW wins on kind of a weird week for David. Tyrod Taylor only scoring 2 points. Devonta Freeman going out almost right away with concussion protocol. And then Aaron Jones injuring himself during the Green Bay game, making way for a completely unknown running back. 107-96. HSotW made mention that I have one of the lowest high score of the weeks of the season. Guess what? I outscored everybody in the league, including you. by 20 points. Here to 0, you do take this one, and you unseat David from the top of his throne for just a little bit. We'll see what happens with that. But for right now, David takes it on the chin. It'll be a straight up grudge match for those playoffs. Let's move on. Devitt's does Denver versus the Purple Drink. Purple Drink, 76 points is just not enough, especially not enough to beat almost high score of the week. Devitt's does Denver 125. 125 to 76. All you needed was Gronk to catch one more ball, and you would have been high score of the week. But they sat everybody. Tom Brady was sitting on the sidelines by the fourth quarter because Broncos did so bad. God damn it. Still go Broncos. Pay. So Ryan, you almost get high score of the week. We almost see the no email, no video that you would have made. And that's how we got Carolyn's predictions last year, and she went 6 for 6. So I beat you by 1 point. So I get high score of the week. We're almost to my predictions. Let's move on. A Town Ho versus a Wild Rod appeared. Town Ho with that tie under his belt came back angry, wanted to win. And a Wild Rod said, you know what, go ahead and have the win. I'm not very good at fantasy football, and I got other shit I want to do. So I'm gonna maybe play some guitar, and then play some video games, and then I'll check my score later. And then when he looked at his score, he's like, 82? That's like champ to chump, Purple Drink bad. I thought I was top contender. Nope. A Wild Rod is now 5-5, and Town Ho 6-3-1. So if Town Ho starts losing, that tie could come into play, where it'll jump him into the playoffs. So you better appreciate the way I run this shit. Tie in the NFL is a tie in the fantasy football league. That's how it works. And lastly, but certainly leastly, don't draft drunk. Champ to chump, the Vic. She's getting wins. She's got her second one. She got that belt. Got her second win, 107-88. Willis Dick fits in your mouth. Your team just did not show up. How did you get 88 points? Robert Woods scored you 41. Robert Woods scored half your team's points. That's bad. Leonard Fournette didn't show up for you. Ryan Fitzpatrick didn't show up for you. Kelvin Benjamin's a fucking bill now. Good job. Don't draft drunk. Her words don't mean shit because you should always draft drunk. It's how you get sweet teams like mine. I remember David was there. He seemed to have drafted drunk. He's sitting at the top of everything. Congratulations, Amber. Congratulations, me, high score of the week. Congratulations to all of our winners. And boo to all of you losers. Get your ass in gear because we got the playoffs coming up. Here come the predictions for this week. As is semi-tradition, I see with these prediction videos, we'll start with me versus the Town Ho. Honestly, the way that my team is finally looking, all back from bye weeks, my matchups this week, so many factors working into me getting a really high score, but also those factors working in Ho's favor as well. But a Town Ho does have a couple of buys that he's working with. So because of that, I'm gonna put, I don't know what that noise was. I'm gonna put myself on top of this matchup. The MFC, Zeke's new girlfriend, gonna lay the smack down on Town Ho. We score a couple of the highest scores of the week. I might even get my 4th high score of the week. It's looking pretty good for old MFC. I'm telling you, pay. That's why I'm feeling my oats. So sorry, Jose, you're going down this week. I'm gonna make you eat Blair's Megadeth sauce with liquid rage. That's gonna be the hot sauce that you nom. And I'll videotape that for the league. We'll either do it at work or do it after work somewhere and go watch the football. I don't know. Also, Purple Drink, we need to get you drunk for the Drunk Bowl. I was real busy last week. I'm ready. I'm ready for football. I'm ready to get you drunk off that purple grape vodka. I don't know what kind you want. Please let me know. But let's try to set something up for Sunday. Don't hate, congratulate versus Hero to 0. Well, since Hero always does me the favor of voting against me, and then I just have to prove him wrong. I'm looking at the teams, the lineups right now, and unfortunately Crazy's going to have to buy himself a tight end. Austin Severian Jenkins is on a bye. I mean, I have always done predictions fair and not out of spite or just because I want the MFC to lose 0. So in this bowl, I'm going with Hero to 0. just because I think Crazy's on a bunch of buys and it's going to be kind of a patchwork team. Looks like Zero doesn't trust the Peterson of Adrian's, so he's putting Kenyon Drake. He's already working his lineup, trying to make it happen. So yeah, in this, sorry Crazy, I'm going Hero to Zero. It's going to be kind of a week for you both. I think you barely get over that 100 mark. Probably same performance style from Hero to Zero, 107. Crazy's going to maybe put up like 105. Going to be a really tight game. There you go, Hero to Zero. I predicted you to win before. I predict you to win this time. I don't like it. Next up, Purple Drink versus Ineligible Deceivers Wizard Sleevers. Who I think is going to win this? I'll tell you. Purple Drink. Why? I don't like any of their lineups. Their teams are both predicted to score sub 100, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think we got like a 90 to 80 kind of score going on. I don't think Deceivers has a good week. He's had a couple good weeks already, and I think the clock's coming around the other side, and Purple Drink is going to get a win. Unfortunately, he's not going to get high score of the week. I just don't see it on this team. I want another one of those videos. I don't think I'm going to get it this week. However, Purple Drink gets the win this week in my third prediction. So we got me winning, Hero to Zero, Purple Drink. This Noise versus A Wild Rod Appeared. This is going to be a tight one. It's actually kind of tough to call. Normally you'd be like, David, obviously, because Wild Rod is 5-5, David is 7-3. However, you're looking at their matchups. I'm thinking this might be a close one. I'm definitely thinking they're both going to score like in the 110 range. I'm thinking maybe Doot over Wild Rod in this one, even though it's hard to say because he's on top. I want him to lose. So go Wild Rod, unseat that throne. Keep pounding away at Doot until you get the win. But I'm predicting Doot to win this 115 to 110. It's going to be a close one. They're going to get enough average scores out of everybody to get over 100. A couple spectacular scores from a couple of people, and there you go. So, wins over a Wild Rod. Don't Draft Drunk versus Debbits Does Denver. Well. Amber's starting to get a team, and Debbits, your team hasn't looked too solid coming up. So I think we've got a lot of grudgy battles happening this week. A lot of teams are going to be close fighting it out. As it sits, Debbits has done some damage week to week. He almost got high score of the week last week. Amber is still sitting in the sub 100, just breaking 100, except for the time that she played me, of course, scoring range. So the way that the teams look, by the way, will his dick fit in your mouth? You should go look at Debbits Does Denver's bench. I think he's got 3 Jets on it. So you may appreciate his team. You know, it's really hard to predict whether or not Amber's team is going to do good or bad. I think it's a boom or bust style of team. Ryan's team, similar, but a little more consistency there. So, in the battle for the brunch, I'm going to have to go with Debbits Does Denver over Don't Draft Drunk. There's a lot of D's, triple D's. Debbits, I think you come out with the win. We're going to say 120 to 108 in this, the battle for the brunch. And Mr. Stumpy Joe, who I just handily beat to get these predictions, versus Will his dick fit in your mouth? Well, Will is unpredictable in terms of if he's going to set a lineup of people that are going to play or not. I understand Saturday into Sunday is a tough time, but I'm an adult man and I don't sleep till 11 o'clock. I wake up, I do things, check my lineups, and football starts. So I'm going Mr. Stumpy Joe on this because I can't tell if Will is going to set a lineup of people or just draft a bunch of tight ends and put him in his flex spot. And if you can beat him, it's the same with Doot. I want Cunt to beat Zero, but I don't think it's going to happen. I want Rod to beat Doot. I just don't think it's going to happen. And I want Willis Dick to beat Stumpy. I just don't think it's going to happen. So my predictions are solid. But I want the other things because that puts me in a better position for the playoffs. Selfish. Those are my predictions for the week. These are my videos. You have plenty to watch. I shot so much content and said so many dumb things. Enjoy your week this week. We'll be back on regular schedule next week. And hopefully I will have the ability to make predictions again after beating a Town Ho 104 40-132. That's what I'm thinking for that matchup. Have a good week, fuckers. I'll see you next time.